Welcome back to the channel. Tell me, have you ever looked at a crowded street or a quiet park and wondered how a human being could simply vanish into thin air, leaving absolutely no trace behind? Today, we are diving into the world of mysterious disappearances, where ordinary people walked out of their homes, waved goodbye, and stepped into a void that science and law enforcement are still trying to understand. This is not just a collection of cold cases, it is a journey into the chilling moments when reality seems to fracture, leaving families with nothing but endless, agonizing questions. Our journey begins in the vast, dense wilderness of North America, a place where many of these bizarre disappearances occur. To understand the depth of these mysteries, let us look at the profiles of those who vanished. They were not reckless individuals, they were experienced hikers, young children playing just a few feet away from their parents, and healthy adults who knew the terrain perfectly. Take the case of a young boy playing near a mountain stream while his father turned his back for just a mere 30 seconds, or an expert surveyor who had mapped the forests for decades and knew every trail like the back of his hand. There were no signs of struggle, no calls for help, and no dangerous predators reported in the area. They were there one moment and completely gone the next, as if swallowed by the earth itself. When these disappearances happened, massive search and rescue operations were launched immediately. Bloodhounds, helicopters with thermal imaging, and hundreds of volunteers combed through every square inch of the ground. But this is where the story takes a truly baffling turn. In many cases, the tracking dogs would follow a scent, only to stop dead in their tracks at a specific spot, refusing to move forward as if the trail had gone straight up into the sky. Weeks or even months later, some victims were found in areas that had already been searched dozens of times before. Even more terrifying, when some individuals were found alive days later, miles away from where they vanished, they were in a state of profound shock, unable to remember how they traveled such vast distances or who they were with. Because these are unsolved, mysterious disappearances with no captured suspects or confessions, there are no gruesome crime scenes or autopsy reports to read from. Instead, the details left behind are far more unsettling. Investigators often found the victim's clothing and shoes neatly piled on a rock or hidden in thick brush, completely dry and undamaged, despite days of torrential rain and freezing temperatures. The condition of the bodies that were recovered often defied medical logic, showing no signs of starvation, dehydration, or animal attacks, leaving forensic experts completely unable to determine the actual cause of death. It was as if time had simply stopped for them the moment they went missing. With no suspects to put on trial and no concrete motives to analyze, these cases have never seen a courtroom. There are no judges, no sentences, and no legal closure. Instead, the ultimate verdict is left to a world of theories, ranging from undetected natural hazards and sudden psychological breaks, to more unexplained phenomena. The cold truth remains that despite all our modern technology, satellite tracking, and forensic science, the wilderness still holds secrets that we cannot unlock, and families are left trapped in a permanent state of grief and wonder. The enduring mystery of these disappearances leaves a heavy shadow over our relationship with the unknown. Years go by, but the question remains hanging in the air: where did they go? These stories serve as a powerful reminder of how fragile our sense of security truly is, and how quickly the familiar world can turn into an absolute mystery. Thank you so much for watching this video and staying with me until the very end. If you found this deep dive into mysterious disappearances meaningful and thought-provoking, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories. Stay safe, take care of your loved ones, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.